Hello! In this video, you will learn how to play Coup, a card game about bluffing your opponents, where you can only take actions based on what cards lay in front of you, but you can lie about what cards you have. It has very few rules and is easy to understand. Here's what you'll need: 3 to 5 players, a suitable playing area such as a desk or a table, 30 tokens, you can use any common item such as pennies or bottle caps, and 15 cards. The game was designed to use 5 specific cards, but any 5 distinct cards with enough copies will do. You will need 3 copies of each card. For this demonstration, we will use the 5 basic lands from Magic the Gathering. Here they are: white, plains; blue, islands; black, swamps; red, mountains; and green, forests. To begin setup, place the tokens in the middle of the table so that all players may reach them. Then shuffle the deck of cards. Deal each player 2 cards face down and put the remaining deck in the center of the table. Have each player look at their cards, and then have them return the cards face down in front of them. Have each player take 2 tokens from the pile in the middle of the table, and choose a player to go first. After completing setup, you are now ready to play the game. Play begins with the player who has chosen to go first, and proceeds clockwise to the left around the table. On a player's turn, he or she may take 1 action from this list of actions. Some actions require a player to have a certain card face down in front of them, or to pay a certain amount of coins to the pile in the middle of the table. These requirements are listed in the required column of the table. For new players, print out a copy of this table and have it as a reference while playing. If the active player tries to perform an action on another player, and the non-active player has a card that blocks that action, the non-active player may declare blocked. If he or she does, the action does not happen and play proceeds to the next player's turn. The most basic action a player can take is income, take 1 coin from the middle of the table. This action can always be taken and cannot be blocked. The second basic action, foreign aid, allows the player to take 2 coins from the middle of the table. This action is blocked by any player having a green card. The next action, coup, requires a player to pay 7 tokens to the middle of the table to turn another player's card face up. This action must be taken if a player has 10 or more tokens and cannot be blocked. If a player has the black swamp card, he or she can pay 3 tokens to the middle of the table to assassinate another player and turn their card face up. This action is blocked by the white plains card. If a player has the red mountain card, he or she may steal 2 coins from another player. This action is blocked by red and by blue. If a player has the blue island card, he or she may draw 2 cards from the deck, exchange them with any or none of his or her face down cards, and then shuffle the remaining 2 cards back into the deck. If a player has the green forest card, he or she may take 3 coins from the middle of the table. The most important part about coup is that players may bluff what cards are face down in front of them until another player calls them out. That is to say, players may take actions and call blocks as if they had every card in front of them. The downside to bluffing is that at any time, after any action or block call, any player may call the bluff. If a player calls the bluff, the player attempting to take the action or call the block must reveal the card that allows him or her to do so. If he or she does, the player who called the bluff must turn 1 card face up, and then the action or block occurs normally. If the player doesn't have the required card in front of him or her, he or she must turn 1 of his or her cards face up and the bluffed action does not occur. If the bluff was a block, the action that would have been blocked occurs normally. If a player's card is turned face up, that player may not take actions allowed by that card unless that player's other remaining face-down card is the same card. In other words, players may only take actions based on the face-down cards they have. If at any time both of players' cards are turned face up, that player loses and takes no more turns until the end of the game. Play proceeds until all but one of players have both cards turned face up. The last player with face-down cards remaining is the winner. In order to win, players must bluff confidently without being fooled by their opponents. Now that you've watched the video, I hope you have as much fun playing Coup as I do. Thanks for watching.